People literally flash me with their high beams. These Novsight N70 LED bulbs are just that bright. But are they worth the $200 price tag? Today we're going to be talking about my personal review on these Novsight N70 LED light bulbs, what I've noticed between 3,000 lumens to these 50,000 lumens, build quality, the noise of the fans, and overall performance. Well, as we're waiting for the sun to go down, we're going to talk about my unboxing experience and my install process. Well, instantly unboxing these LED light bulbs, it was the middle of the winter. So the bulbs themselves were actually really cold, which told me they were high quality material and definitely not plastic. Now, I'm not sure if it's steel or aluminum. I'm sure it's just aluminum, but these feel high quality to the touch. The connections themselves also have that high quality plastic as well, ensuring that you're not gonna lose connection down the road, even if the road gets bumpy. Now, in terms of flickering with these LED light bulbs, I personally haven't noticed needing to actually have them, but it does come with a battery harness included, and I am rocking that just for shizzies and giggies, because you can never be too safe. Even if you're doing the battery harness, installation really isn't that hard. In fact, I'd say most people that don't even know wiring can do it themselves. Now, since we got our LEDs installed, let's talk about fan noise. Well, standing from here, I hear nothing except for my own thoughts, which is pretty good. Now, we're gonna go closer and closer until I actually hear the noise from the fans. That's a plane, that's not the fans. Still no noise. I finally hear it. That is crazy, because my last LEDs, you could hear inside the cab, and if I could hear something other than my turbo or my sweet, sweet Durpamax sounds, it's out of here. Well, the exception being my fantastic horns. Now, living in Idaho, it's very important to me to have bright LEDs, and sunrise and sunset just like this, the headlights illuminate the ground. I'm gonna walk in front of the head beams, and as you could see, probably, I'm already illuminated. This is super bright, and it actually goes to that hill right behind the camera. Now, this is crazy because my old LEDs would only go probably up to here and very dim. You would have to really squint your eyes to tell. So I kind of figured I'd be clever and record myself after the sun went down and using the LED beams as a key light for me being the subject. Now, while we wait for the sun to fully go down to show you the true performance of these LED bulbs, let's talk about the wow factor versus actual performance gains from going from my old ones to these current N70 LED light bulbs. So I'm gonna actually use real world experiences to kind of explain my actual notice of difference between the bulbs. So my old work had this parking lot that was actually pretty surrounded, so it was pretty dark. There was a bridge, hill, building. So it was pretty dark. My old bulbs only casted a light halfway through the parking lot on low beams. My new bulbs casted the whole thing and partly the hill in front of me. Now that's a huge difference, and that's a huge bump up, which is what I was hoping to expect. Now, another thing that's kind of caught me off guard in real world performance is stop signs, yield signs, signs like those on the road. They become, in a camera aspect, if you were a camera, overexposed in a way. The LEDs are so bright that it illuminates the signs that it actually kind of reflects the light back at you. Who are these bulbs for? I'd say these bulbs are for daily drivers that drive all season, whether that be rain, snow, fog, you name it. These guys are driving through it and need good LEDs to light their path and produce safety. If you're living in an area like me, where winter is about 16 hours of darkness, or you just have a lot of wildlife like deer crossings and stuff, LEDs are a huge investment for not only your safety, but for visibility. And I can't really think of a box that these didn't check off. Okay, I'd say it's gotten dark enough to do some testing and show off the amazing power of these LED bulbs. Okay. Let's fully turn this bad boy on. Okay, first we'll go over there. Okay, no lights are on. Low beams. Now high beams. It's like it's creating its own sun. It's stupid. More of a flat ground and we're more covered. Once again, no beams, low beams, and high beam. We'll actually get out and show you guys. Are high beams on? Okay, let's turn off the high beams for now. I want to show you guys what it looks like when you're driving at night and your corner visibility, because that's something else I value. With my old LEDs, I did not have any illumination right here, so I would always hit the curb at night. So, going around the truck, I'd say it's pretty illuminated around the corners. Obviously, those help. I am so glad I trusted Novsight to give me some high quality bulbs and didn't think it was just a scam, because you know every brand markets these lights as the next brightest thing, and I'm glad I found something that actually meant what they said. They're so bright at f2.8 on my camera. For those that know about camera stuff, it's already creating sun stars, and it's not dark, and I don't have a high aperture. That is crazy. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, these are so bright, someone can hop in my truck without me seeing the door open and run me over. Kind of creepy, but it's the sacrifices I'm willing to take. For those veterans on my channel that's been around for a while, when I upgraded my lights last, I actually tried them at the lake. We'll go to the same lake and test them out, and maybe make a YouTube short about them too. Actually, leaving my first shooting spot, this will very much show you what I was talking about. That sign in the background, fully illuminated. Let's let these cars pass. Okay, once more, normal luminosity with the low beams, high beams. It just illuminates that sign that's probably 500 feet away. One more time, but closer to really show you the difference. Wow, and here we are. Man, I love Idaho. So scenic. So I was about this far away from the truck when I recorded that YouTube short. So this will be a perfect test, a true test, because I didn't really plan ahead with these new LED bulbs in terms of comparing them, but here we go. Another thing that's gonna be interesting is I only bought low beams at the time, so I'm only gonna allow myself to test the low beams here. Hey, copyright music, turn off. That's crazy bright. Oh my gosh. I even lowered my shutter speed and everything. Now that I'm done with the test, let's close the windows so these bugs can't get in the truck anymore. Now that we showcased what these lights can do in the dark, let's see the pattern. Let's go find a wall that we could illuminate these on, and let's show them off. So here it is, the lights on the building, and kind of looking at it, there's not really filled in right here, but it is filled in right here. There is a reason to that. I was lazy. So these are bulbs that you have to face 90 degrees up, not horizontal. This one kind of sits like this, and I didn't really want to tweak with it any longer. I just wanted to put the headlights in. So don't be like me, don't be lazy, but these are still definitely really, really good headlights. Using the wall is kind of how you adjust your headlights. They're kind of low compared to the roof of my truck. That's what you want. You don't want it pointed in people's faces. These are so bright, I had to adjust my camera settings. It's dark time, and I am using an f-stop at 5.6. That is crazy. So this is more consistent than it was because you don't have the reflector in the way. But like I said, 90 degrees, don't have it horizontal at 180. Have it at a pure 90 to ensure you get the best bang for your buck and light in your dark. That's a little more consistent. That's what we want to see. If you have less hiccups like me, it'll probably be more consistent too. These have completely changed how I drive in the dark, and I kind of regret not having them in the first place. But don't be like me, pick these up. If you want to know more mods you can do to your pickup, but actually at low cost, I have a video right here under $50 for each part.